Hello and welcome to the next game of the King of the Hill tournament featuring On Deck Baseball Pro, the newest version of On Deck Baseball. Today we got a special one for you. We got the 1971 Pittsburgh National League team going up against the newest Kings of the Hill, 1961 New York American League. In the last game, 1961 New York defeated 1990 Oakland by a score of 10-4. Elston Howard really putting on a show in that one. He went 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, a double, and 5 RBIs altogether. So a fantastic game for Elston Howard. And now that team, he and that team are going to be taking on 1971 Pittsburgh. Doc Ellis getting the start for 1971 Pittsburgh. But we're going to go over the line real quick. The lineup for this team. 1971 Pittsburgh National League is available in the newest history best of the best set 5, while 1961 New York is available in the playoff replay 1. So for 1971 Pittsburgh, we have Dave Cash leading off, a .289 hitter. He's got some speed there and a solid defensive second baseman. Gene Alley, the shortstop, will be batting second, some speed as well, only a .227 hitter though. Roberto Clemente, the great one, he will be patrolling right field as usual, and a rocket for an arm out there. He is a .341 batter in 1971, 13 home runs, and obviously those batting numbers pretty good there for him. Willie Stargell will be batting fourth, the left-handed batter. He's out in the left field, another strong arm. He batted .296 with 48 home runs in 1971. Bob Robertson, a very good offensive first baseman for Pittsburgh. He's a he's an average defender. Not a lot of speed though. .271 hitter, 26 home runs. Then we have Al Oliver. He is going to be your center fielder for today's game. .282 hitter, 14 home runs, an average defender out in center, a left-handed batter. Richie Hebner over at third base, .271, 17 home runs. Manny Sanguillen. Something interesting about him is that him and I share a birthday, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he is going to play in this one. Great defensive backstop, and he also batted .319 with 7 home runs in 1971. Then we're going to have, as the DH, Rennie Stinnett, getting a little bit of speed at the back end of the lineup. He's typically a second baseman, but with Ralph Terry getting a start for 1961 New York, he has a good number against right-handed pitchers. He killed the right-handed pitchers in 1971. A .353 overall batting average in 1971. So that is your Pittsburgh lineup. The New York lineup stays the same as last game. We have Richardson leading off at second base, Kubik at shortstop, Roger Maris in right, Mantle in center, Elston Howard behind the plate batting fifth, Moose Scourin over at first base, and Lawrence Yogi Berra in the left, batting seventh. Bob Serve, the DH, batting in the 8th spot. And in the 9th spot, Cleet Boyer over at third base. So let's go ahead and get rolling. If we could, before this game starts, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment below. As usual, those things actually help these videos greatly gain an audience. So I do appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and switch up our pitchers here. Just like every other game, I put a little chart here. That way I can leave my pitchers with their backs up. It makes it a little bit easier on the flow of the game. And we're going to have Ralph Terry on the mound for New York. He is a 3.15 ERA, 1.08 whip, and he had a record of 16-3 with 9 complete games in 1961. So a solid season for him. We're going to have Dave Cash leading off for Pittsburgh. He is a right-handed batter, so it's righty versus righty, and it's going to be -1 on the confrontation roll for the first pitch of the game. And we have a pitcher's card for Terry. I'll be reading the blue die first. We have a 3-10, and that's going to be a flyout to center field. So a flyout over to the Mick starts the game off. Gene Alley coming up, right-handed batter. It's going to be -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Terry again. 1-10 is another flyout, and that time it's going to go to left. So Pittsburgh getting under the ball here to start things off. Here comes a great one. Roberto Clemente, .341 hitter, 13 home runs. Now look at that strikeout to walk ratio, only 26 walks and 65 Ks, so that's a pretty good matrix there for Clemente. What was on base? On base percentage was .370, so pretty good there as well. A right-handed batter, it's going to be equal on the confrontation roll. That's going to be another pitcher's card for Terry. So Terry getting all the rolls here to kick off the game. It's a 4-4, and that is going to be a ground out to third base to end the top of the first. A little 5-3 as we kick off this 17th game of the King of the Hill series. We're going over to Doc Ellis now, taking on the 1961 New York squad. Doc Ellis, 1971, a 3.06 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, had a 19-9 record with 11 complete games, 137 Ks. Doc Ellis, obviously known for some other activities while on the baseball field, but he was a very solid pitcher. Maybe he'll get caught with a foreign substance sometime in this game. Not sure I have those on the situation charts. All right, so Bobby Richardson leading off against Doc Ellis here. Righty versus righty is going to be -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. So we're very pitcher card heavy so far to kick off this game, but an 8-7 is going to be a base hit for Richardson. Richardson is pretty fast. He's got a good jump, but Sanguian behind the plate has a forearm, so I don't think we'll be stealing just yet. That's going to bring up Tony Quebec, a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That is going to be a batter's card, our first one of the game. A 6-9 is another base hit, so right away, 61 New York getting the rolls, and they have first and second, nobody out. And here comes the first half of the M&M boys, Roger Maris. Of course, that's 61 home runs in 1961. And it is a equal roll here. And it's a pitcher's card. Can Doc Ellis get out of this one? 7-3. It's going to be a ground ball. That ground ball is going to go to second base. Cash, patrolling second, is a 4 defender on Quebec. He needs an 8 to get in there. He does not, so Quebec is out at second on a 4-6. The shortstop is Alley, who is a 3, trying to get Maris over at first. A 9. He does not, so Maris is in there with a fielder's choice, 4-6, while Richardson will move over to third, and we have first and third, and the Mick coming up. I just love showing off this card for Mickey Mantle. 317, 54 home runs, 126 walks to 112 Ks. A outstanding switch hitter, as most of you know. So, with the switch hitter, he'll be batting lefty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for the Mick. 8-8 is not a home run, but it is a single. That is going to score Richardson. Maris is going to go over to second. An RBI single for the Mick, and the Yanks are up 1-0 here early on. And here comes Elston Howard, the hero from last game, with 2 bombs. Let's see what he can do against Ellis here, who is struggling early on. Righty versus righty, it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Howard. 7-9 is another base hit. Howard continues to rake in this tournament. Maris will just head to third, though, as it's a short single, and we have bases loaded with only 1 out, and Moose Scourin coming to the plate. He is a righty as well. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Scourin. 6-8, another single. The hits just keep on coming. Maris is going to score. Mantle, we got to see where that ball goes. Mantle with a little bit of speed, and the ball is going to go to right. The right fielder, of course, is Clemente with that 5 arm, and the third base coach is going to hold Mantle, and we have now bases loaded with a second run in and still just 1 out, and here comes Berra. Berra is a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That is a batter's card for Berra. 6-5 is a ground out. Infield was at double play depth. Going to try for the double play here to get out of the inning. It will go to second base, which is Cash, who has a 4. Scourin trying to get over to second. He needs an 8 to be safe. He does not get it. He's out over there. That's a 4-6. And on the exchange, the shortstop is a 3 on Berra. And he is out at first base. A 4-6-3 double play will kill the rally. And the New York team is up 2-0 after one full inning of play. We're going to head back over to the top of the second. So for the second time, New York jumps out in front in a tournament game, as in last game they scored 4 runs in the first against 1990 Oakland. Ralph Terry on the mound now. Willie Stargell is going to be getting the first at-bat of the top of the second. Stargell, a left-handed batter. He's going to be +1 on the roll here. It's just going to be a pitcher's card. 4-1 is a strikeout, as Terry is in control of this 1971 Pittsburgh team. Bob Robertson coming to the plate. He is a right-handed batter, -1 on the roll. That's going to be the first batter's card for Pittsburgh. 6-3, though, is going to be a pop-out. That pop-out's going to go to first. PO3. And here comes Al Oliver. Very good hitter in the 60s, 70s. I think he played in a little bit in the 80s as well. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That is a batter's card for Al Oliver. If Terry gets this out, we get to roll on his happy face poise, see if he increases his ability. And it is a 5-3 on Oliver. It's going to be a ground out. Terry does get it. Ground out goes to second on a 4-3. And we get to roll on Terry's happy face poise. We got a 40% chance that he gets an increase here. We roll a 2, and he does get it. He is now a 4-5. 4 against lefties and a 5 against righties, as Terry is rolling. Doc Ellis coming back out for the bottom of the second, trying to do a little bit better this part of the inning. And we're going to have Bob Serve coming to the plate. Righty versus righty. It's a -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ellis. 8-9, a base hit. These pitchers just cannot get through this New York lineup. Clete Boyer now coming to the plate. 1 man on. It is going to be -1. It's going to be a batter's card for Boyer. 7-5 is a flyout, so that'll be the first out of the inning. Flyout goes to center as Oliver gets under it. Top of the order now. Bobby Richardson coming up. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored. It's going to be -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-8 is a flyout. And that flyout is going to go to center as well. So 2 consecutive flyouts to Al Oliver out in center, and we have 2 away with a man on. Tony Quebec coming to the plate. Left-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That is a batter's card for Quebec. 4-10 is a situation. And we got to get our cards here. Going to roll a red and a blue to see what we have going on. A 9-6 is going to be on the right fielder. That is not good. That is Clemente out there. We certainly don't want anything to happen to him. We're going to roll 1 die to see what happens. We roll an 8. Batter hits liner into the gap between center and right field. Ball falls for a single, and the runner eyes second. Right fielder picks up the ball and throws a rocket to second, trying for the out. Oh, this couldn't be better. All right, so Clemente, as we know, has a 5 arm. Quebec is trying to stretch into a double here. It's going to be right fielder's arm plus the batter's speed is less than 8. The batter is out, so Quebec is a 3 speed. Clemente's arm is a -5, so that's a -2 applied to the roll. Let's see what happens here. And Clemente guns him down. Quebec trying to stretch it into a double against Clemente's arm. Never a good idea. That is a 9-6 to end the inning. And New York ends out the bottom of the second without scoring a run. Clemente gunning down Quebec for the last out. That might turn out to be a huge out depending on how the scoring goes the rest of the way. Terry coming back out to the mound. He has 6 consecutive outs to start out the game. And Richie Hebner coming to the plate. Hebner, a left-handed batter. It's now a -1 since Terry has that increase. Still going to be a batter's card, though, for Hebner. A 4-2, and that is a strikeout. 7 consecutive outs now for Ralph Terry. Manny Sanguillen. Love the artwork on Manny Sanguillen. That is just a great card. And a great statistical card overall, especially for defense, and a 319 batter. Sanguin, a right-handed batter, it's going to be -2. That's going to be a batter's card for Sanguin. 8-3 is a flyout. That is 8 consecutive outs now. And as that flyout goes out to left, Berra underneath it. Now, if Terry gets this out, he will automatically get an increase. Rennie Stinnett coming to the plate. 353 hitter in 1971. He is going to be an equal roll, as they are both 5s. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Terry. Good chance as an automatic increase here. A 3-4 is a ground out, and that is going to give him that increase. That ground out goes to first, as Skowron will take it himself for a 3U, and Terry is now a 5-6. So far, one of the best pitching outings we've seen in the tournament, as he has not allowed a base runner through 3 innings. Doc Ellis coming back out to the plate. Last inning ended on an assist by Clemente, a 9-6 for the final out on Quebec. Here comes Roger Maris. Maris, a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 1-2 is going to be a strikeout. Here comes Mantle, 1-for-1 with an RBI single in the first. He's going to be batting left. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ellis. A 3-9 is a flyout. Mantle will fly out to left for the second out at the bottom of the third here. Here comes Elston Howard, 1-for-1 with a single. He is an equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Howard. 2-6, and looks like we have a quick inning as Howard goes down on strikes. 3 away. Going back over to Pittsburgh for the top of the 4th. Terry obviously still on the mound, still rolling here. He has a 2-point increase on his pitching abilities. And that makes him a 5 against lefties and a 6 against righties. Cash, the righty, coming to the plate. It is now a -3. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 4-1 is a strikeout. 10 consecutive batters going down now for Pittsburgh. Alley coming to the plate. A -4 on this roll. It is a pitcher's card. 7-3, still a ground out to third base, 5-3. 11 consecutive batters. Here comes Clemente. Can he break this up? Righty versus righty. It's going to be a -2 now with Terry's increases. And that's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-1 is a ground out. And we're looking at another increase as Clemente grounds out to third to end the top of the 4th. Terry is now a 6-7. Wow. I haven't seen numbers like this in quite a long time. Here comes Doc Ellis back out for the bottom of the 4th. And Skowron leading off. Skowron 1-for-1 with a single and an RBI in the first. Going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ellis. 2-8 is going to be a flyout. Flyout's going to right. Both of these pitchers can go 5 innings before we have to hit any damage on the fatigue chart. So we're looking at getting through this half and the next inning before we have to worry about that. Berra coming to the plate. He's a left-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That's going to be a batter's card for Berra. 1-2 is a strikeout. So Ellis starting to roll now. That's 5 consecutive outs. If he gets this one, we get the roll on his poise chart. He is a right-handed batter. Bob Serve that is. And it's going to be a -2 on a roll. That's a pitcher's card for Ellis. And a 2-7. It looks like we're going to get that out. That fly out is going to go to left, and we get to roll on Ellis now. So he started off pretty rough, but is rolling now on his chart. We roll a 7, and that is an increase. That is a 4-5. As Ellis is starting to look much better in this game. We go back over now to the top of the 5th as Ralph Terry still in control. He is now a 6 against lefties or 7 against righties, and he'll be facing Willie Stargell, who is a lefty. So he is going to be a -2 on this confrontation roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-5 is a walk. So the first batter to reach base will be Willie Stargell for 1971 Pittsburgh as he reaches on a walk. Bob Robertson will be coming to the plate. Right-handed batter. It's going to be -4. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Terry. 6-4 is a ground out. We might be able to turn a double play and erase Stargell off the base. That's a going to the first baseman, which is Scourin, and a 3. We need an 8 for Stargell to make it into second. We do not get it. Stargell not very fleet of foot there. That is going to be a 3-6, and the shortstop is going to be Quebec, who is a 3 on Robertson, trying to beat the play out at first. A roll of 9, he does not. So a 3-6. 3 is going to be 2 outs now here in the top of the 5th as Al Oliver comes to the plate. Oliver, left-handed batter, it's going to be -3. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. And a 5-9 is going to be the first base hit of the game for Pittsburgh as Oliver reaches on a single with 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Terry pitched a perfect game through 4, but gave up a walk to lead off this inning of Stargell, and now a base hit to Oliver for the first hit of the game. That's going to bring up Richie Hebner. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be -3 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. And a 3-6 is going to be a flyout to end the inning here to center field as Mantle gets under it. 3 away, heading to the bottom of the 5th. 1961 New York still ahead 2-0. Here we go. Clete Boyer leading off things here in the bottom of the 5th. He is a right-handed batter. It's going to be -2 now as Doc Ellis got an increase last inning. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-5 is going to be a flyout for Boyer. That will go to center field as Oliver will take it. Heading back to the top of the order now, Bobby Richardson. Righty versus righty. It's going to be -4 now on this roll. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 10-2 is a walk. Richardson is aboard, and we all know from this game and the last game, when Richardson gets on, he typically scores. So let's see what happens here. Tony Quebec coming to the plate. It's going to be -1 on the roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. 3-5 is going to be a line out. That line out is going to go to first base, and we have a chance at doubling up Richardson here as the first baseman, his defense on Robertson is a 3, and the on-base instincts of Richardson is a 5, so it's a +2 on a roll. And he does get doubled up. Richardson doubled up as Robertson snags a liner, steps on first base, and ends the inning, doubling Richardson off of the bag. That is 3 away as we head to the top of the 6th now. And now we have to start rolling on our pitchers as each one can only go 5. So Terry, he is a 6 against lefties, a 7 against righties. So no matter what we roll here, he's not going to get worse than his original numbers. We're rolling on a first inning on this chart, and it's a 5 is a -1. So he goes down to a 5-6, still way ahead of what his typical numbers are. So that's a 5 against lefties and a 6 against righties. Sanguin coming to the plate, right-handed batter. It's going to be a -3. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-8 is a base hit. Sanguin gets a second hit for Pittsburgh as he is on with nobody out to lead off the top of the 6th. Rennie Stinnett coming to the plate, 0 for 1, grounded into a 3U in the 3rd inning. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Stinnett. 1-2, though, is going to be a strikeout. Bringing up the top of the order, 1 on, 1 out. Dave Cash coming to the plate, 0 for 2. He is a righty. It's going to be -3 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Cash. 110 is a flyout. Flyout goes to center. Mantle under it for the 2nd out of the inning. And here comes Gene Alley. He's 0 for 2. It's going to be -4 on the roll. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. A 7-3 is a ground ball for the 3rd out of the inning. And that grounder will go to first. It will be a 3-1 as Scourin underhands it to Terry for the last out of the top of the 6th. And now we go to the bottom of the 6th. And we have to roll on Doc Ellis. Rolling on his first inning past. And an 8 is going to be a -2. That's going to hurt. That's going to make him a 2-3 as he actually gets a reduction below what he started out the game as. And Roger Maris will lead things off here. It is going to be a +1 in favor of Maris now. And that's going to be a batter's card. 6-7 is going to be a ground ball plus, so Maris has a chance to beat this out. The ground ball is going to go to short. Gene Alley's arm is a 3. So we're rolling right here to see if Maris can beat it out. Maris hustling down the line to first. We roll a 10, and he does. He beats it out for an infield base hit. Bet you didn't see that coming for Maris, and that's going to be 1 on with nobody out, and Mickey Mantle coming to the plate. Mantle is switch hitter. It's going to be +1 now. That's going to be a batter's card for Mantle. That is a heavy matrix right there for Mantle. A 4-5, though, is going to be another ground ball plus. The only play is going to be at first base. Let's see where this goes. That's going to go to the third baseman, Hebner. He has a 3-arm. Trying to beat out the play at first is Mickey Mantle. We need a 1, 3 through 6 to get the out. And we do. So Mantle can't beat it out when Maris beat it out prior at bat. But Maris will move over to second. We have 1 away. Elston Howard coming to the plate. Howard, 1 for 2 in the game. He's going to be a +1 on this roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-9 is a double. Howard continuing to rip the ball. Maris is going to come around to score. That's an RBI single for Howard, and we now have to roll on Ellis's sad face poise as 3 runs have scored. We roll 1. That is a -1. He is now a 1-2. Not great numbers here to go up against this lineup. Probably, maybe we'll try to get through this inning, but I doubt we'll see him in the 7th. Skowron coming to the plate. Man on second, 1 away. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a batter's card for Skowron. 2-10 is a flyout. Flyout will go to left. That is 2 away now. 1 out away, Ellis is, from getting through this inning. Yogi Berra coming to the plate. It's going to be +2. That's a batter's card for Berra. 8-2 is a flyout. Ellis gets out of the inning as he gets Berra to fly out to right. And that is Clemente under the ball for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 6th. We now head over to the top of the 7th. And we have to roll on the 2nd inning past max innings for Ralph Terry. And we roll a 2, which is a -1. He goes down to a 4-5, which is still ahead of his starting numbers of 3-4. So he's a 4 against lefties, a 5 against righties. And Clemente will be leading things off, right-handed batter. It's going to be a -1. It's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 1-6 is a flyout as Clemente will fly out to left. Berra under the ball for the 1st out of the inning. Willie Stargell, left-handed batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's a batter's card for Stargell. A lot of home runs on that card. 8-4, but that is not one of them, but it is a base hit. So the first base runner of the game for Pittsburgh gets the 3rd hit of the game for Pittsburgh. 1 on, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Bob Robertson coming to the plate. 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the 5th. Be -2. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. 5-7 is a pop-out. No runners will advance on a pop-out, and that pop-out's going to be to left field. Berra getting under the ball. 2 away, 1 on, and that's going to be Al Oliver coming to the plate. Oliver is going to be -1 on the roll here, and that's a pitcher's card for Terry. 10-7, we got a single. Stargell, very slow though. It's going to be stuck at second, 1st and 2nd, 2 away. Richie Hebner coming to the plate. Hebner, a left-handed batter, is going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Hebner. Can we make some leeway and try and get back in this game for Pittsburgh? No. 2-9 is going to be a ground out to end the inning. The ground out goes to short as Quebec picks it up, shoots it over to Skowron at first, and there is 3 away in the top of the 7th. And now we head to the bottom of the 7th. Ellis being pulled from the game. Pittsburgh has a pretty good bullpen here. And with the game on the line, I don't think we're going to pull any strings. We're going to go ahead and put in, looks like Bob Miller going to get the call. Can only go 1 inning, but we can roll on him if we want him to go further. So Bob Miller is going to be coming into the game. 1.29 ERA in 1971, a 1.18 WHIP. He was a record holder of 1 and 2 with 3 saves. Did not get a lot of innings there, but he has the best numbers in the pen. So Miller will be heading up his first at-bat here against Bob Serve, a right-handed pitcher. As I said, can only go 1. It's going to be -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Miller. 3-10 is going to be a flyout for Serve, and the flyout will go to right. Clete Boyer coming to the plate. Boyer, right-handed batter. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Boyer. 8-6 is going to be a walk, and New York has a base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. As we go back up to the top of the order, Bobby Richardson coming to the plate. -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 110 is a flyout. Flyout to left. Tony Quebec coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3. And he was the one I was thrown out. Sorry, he is 2 for 3. He was thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double in the bottom of the 2nd when Clemente gunned him down at 2nd. A left-handed batter. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. 5-5 is a ground ball plus. The only play is at first. Let's see where it goes. It goes to first. And the arm on Robertson is only a 2, trying to get it over to Miller, covering first. And we got a 50-50 shot here. And we roll in 8. Quebec beats it out. We have an infield single as Boyer will reach 2nd. And that's going to bring up Maris. 2 on, 2 out. Maris, a left-handed batter. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Maris. 4-3 is going to be a ground ball to second base to end the inning. 4-3. New York doesn't score any there. Ralph Terry still on the mound. Have to roll on his 3rd inning past his max innings now. We roll a 4. That is no change. Gonna take a sip of water. And we have Terry still at a 4-5. 4 against lefties, 5 against righties. Manny Sanguin coming to the plate. Gonna be a -2. That's gonna be a batter's card for Sanguin. 4-8 is a ground out. And that ground out is gonna go to short. 6-3. Things are looking good here for New York. Rennie Stinnett, going to be equal roll. He is 0 for 2 in the game. He has a batter's card here. 4-7 is a base hit. His first hit of the game, a 1-out single here in the top of the 8th. Dave Cash coming to the plate. Cash, right-handed batter. It's going to be -2. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card for Terry. 3-9 is a flyout. Flyout to left. Bear under it. Stinnett holds at first. Gene Alley coming to the plate. Pittsburgh running out of outs. Gene Alley is a right-handed batter. It's going to be -3. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-2 is a strikeout. Alley makes a 3rd out here in the top of the 8th as they are down to their last 3 outs with New York coming up here in the bottom of the 8th. We're going to take Miller out, I believe, instead of rolling on him. We're going to bring in Dave Gusty. Not really sure how to pronounce his last name. You guys could help me out in the comments or the chat. But he is a right-handed pitcher, a 3-4, trying to limit the amount of runs here New York can get rather than rolling on Miller. All right, so Mantle will be leading things off here for New York. Switch hitter, bat and lefty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-6 is a base hit. Mantle reaches. One on, nobody out. Elston Howard coming to the plate. Right-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-9 is a walk. 2 on now. Nobody out. Is New York going to increase their lead here? Bill Moose Scourin coming to the plate. -1 on the roll. That goes down to a pitcher's card. 8-5. Another base hit. New York continues to get hits off of the pitcher's card. And it looks like Mantle may be getting waved home. Let's see where that ball went. That ball went to right. It's Clemente again. Oh, let's go for it. Clemente with a 5-arm. Mantle getting a signal from the third base coach to try and score a 5. Oh, it's only 40% chance. Oh, he already got the signal. Let's roll. A 3. Mantle makes it. Mantle scores. The other runners are going to advance 1 base. That's an RBI single by Scourin as Mantle takes his chances on Clemente's arm, tests the arm, and actually makes it. That's going to bring up Yogi Berra now. He is 0 for 3. Left-handed batter. It's going to be equal. That's a batter's card for Berra. 2-3 is a ground out. No chance of the double play. The infield is in, so the runner will hold, and it's going to be an automatic out over at first, a 6-3. Bob Serve is going to come up to the plate. 2 on and 1 out. Infield is in again. That means if we get a line out, it'll be an automatic base hit. So it's going to be -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-10 is a walk. Bases are loaded. Maybe should not have made that pitching change. Here comes Cleet Boyer. Right-handed batter. It's -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 1-5 is a strikeout, so 2 away. Can Pittsburgh get out of this without allowing another run as they are already down 4-0 and going into what could be their last at bat? Richardson up to the plate. It's -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-9 is a double. They are not going to get out of it. Howard is going to score. Scourin is going to score. Serve is over at third. He's holding there, and that is a 2 RBI double by Bobby Richardson. And we have to roll on Guesty. We roll a 4. That is a -1. He is down to a 2-3 as 61 New York takes now a 6-0 lead. Quebec coming to the plate, so +1. That's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. Rolled off my sheet there. 6-2 on the batter's card is a line out. And that will end the inning as the line out goes to first base. But we go into the top of the 9th. New York ahead, 6-0. Terry still on the mound. We do have to roll on him. It's going to be his 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. And he is a 4-5, so he's going for the complete game here. We roll a 10, it's a -1. So he is a 3-4, which is how he began the game. As Clemente will lead things off. That's going to be a equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card for Terry. 7-1 is a grounder, and that ground ball is going to go to first. A 3-U for Scourin. Willie Stargell coming to the plate. Pittsburgh down to their last 2 outs of the game. Left-handed batter. It's going to be +1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-10 is a possible home run for Stargell. It's a -4 on Terry. Stargell is a 5. It's going to be a +1 on a roll. Can Stargell put Pittsburgh on the board? +1 on a roll. He does. Stargell hits a bomb. He is now 2 for 3. Pittsburgh finally gets on the board as a shutout is gone for Terry. Stargell a solo shot here in the top of the ninth. Here comes Bob Robertson with one away, and Pittsburgh now down by 5. Still a very large, tall hill to climb. -1 on a roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Robertson. 6-2 is a ground ball, and it looks like as Robertson grounds to first, another 3-1 by Scourin, and Pittsburgh is now down to their last out. Al Oliver coming to the plate. He is a lefty. It's going to be equal on a roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. Can Terry get the complete game here? 4-10 he does. Oliver flies out to center field as the Mick gets under it. And that will do it, folks. 1961 New York retains the King of the Hill status as they defend it against 1971 Pittsburgh and win by a final score of 6-1. Ralph Terry gets the complete game win, and we are going to give him player of the game as he goes 9 innings and allows just 4 hits, 1 run on that Stargell home run in the top of the ninth, and allowed just 1 walk while striking out 5 batters, facing 9, 18, 27, 33 batters and allowing that 1 home run. On the other side of the ball, Ellis is going to take the loss. Miller gets a no decision, as well as Gusty gets a no decision. And that is your final here in New York. And New York will be defending the Hill against their next challenger. 1971 Pittsburgh was voted in by the community page on Facebook, as Doc Ellis was also voted as the starter. So I'll put a vote up next to see who will be New York's next challenger. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Ralph Terry, what a start. One of the best starts I've seen in the tournament so far. Please give a thumbs up. Leave a comment on this one. This is an exciting game to put out there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will see you next time on the King of the Hill tournament with On Deck Baseball Pro. Thank you. Have a good night.